He says he's innocent, and I think you have to remember that. He said very strongly yesterday that he's innocent.
3 days after this photo of the ex-wife of Rob Porter, a former White House staffer, surfaced, the president finally responded.
I found out about it recently, and I was surprised by it, but we certainly wish him well. It's a obviously tough time for him. He did a very good job when he was in the White House, and we hope he has a wonderful career, and hopefully he will have a great career ahead of him.
3 days, that is how long it took President Trump to break his silence on Rob Porter. And when he finally did, he praised his former aide. He didn't say one word about any of the women.
And it's that response that has many talking.
It was really a lost opportunity for the leader of our country to not take this opportunity when so many people are talking about abuse, sexual assault, sexual violence, and domestic violence, to talk about how serious this is and how serious these allegations are.
What was your reaction to President Trump's response today in the Oval Office?
It was a pretty disappointing response, especially in the scheme of the Me Too movement, to see the President of the United States basically make excuses for a credibly accused serial domestic abuser.
Democratic Senator Kristen Gillibrand tweeting, "This isn't normal. It isn't acceptable." Democratic Representative Ted Lieu tweeting, "In a watershed time where more women and men are coming forward with harrowing Me Too stories of abuse, we have the President of the United States praising an aide that was accused of committing domestic violence." And former Vice President Joe Biden weighing in.
Wishes him luck. He has so much talent. That's like saying that axe murderer out there, he's a great painter.
This is not the first time President Trump has come to the defense of a man accused of violence against women. He endorsed Roy Moore in the face of those sexual misconduct allegations.
He totally denies it. He says it didn't happen. And, you know, you have to listen to him also.
At the time, Moore was accused of molesting young girls over the years.
Roy Moore denies it. That's all I can say. He denies it. And by the way, he totally denies it.
In an interview with the New York Times last year, Trump defended Bill O'Reilly when he was accused of sexual harassment.
I don't think Bill would do anything wrong. I think he's a person I know well. He's a good person.
O'Reilly was forced out of Fox last spring. He has denied the allegations. Even dating back to when he was a candidate, O'Reilly's boss, Roger Ailes, also faced sexual harassment allegations, and Trump defended him, too.
They say wonderful things about him, and now all of a sudden they're saying these horrible things about him. It's very sad, because he's a very good person.
Ailes, too, was forced out of Fox. And more than a dozen women have accused the president himself of sexual misconduct. He's branded all of them liars.
It's clear that Donald Trump is still living in a world where it was okay for men in power to sexually abuse or harass women and get away with it.
Not only are we not acknowledging the victims, but we're blaming the victims. And we've seen that time and time again. And today was one more example of that really disturbing pattern.
The Porter story broke on Wednesday. Porter was the staff secretary to the president, a crucial post that involves managing the information flow from policy memos to briefing documents. But now his two ex-wives, Colby Holderness and Jenny Willoughby, are sharing their stories of alleged abuse by Porter with the Daily Mail and the online publication The Intercept. His second wife, who once filed for a protective order against him, also talked to the Washington Post.
Professionally, he is intelligent and he is measured and he is certainly someone that I would trust in that professional position. And in his personal life, he is also abusive and angry.
When the story broke, White House aides had nothing but praise for Porter, a former Rhodes Scholar who overlapped at Harvard with Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Porter is also in a relationship with Communications Director Hope Hicks.
The president and chief of staff have had full confidence and trust in his abilities and his performance.
White House Chief of Staff John Kelly called Porter a man of true integrity and honor. And Porter's former boss, Senator Orrin Hatch, said he didn't know what to make of the allegations.
I don't believe them all, but I think there's enough there that you have to take it very seriously.
But then John Kelly issued a second statement saying he was shocked by the new allegations and that there's no place for domestic violence in our society. Kelly adding, I stand by my previous comments of the Rob Porter that I have come to know since becoming chief of staff and believe every individual deserves the right to defend their reputation. Porter and his first wife were married for about 5 years. She told The Intercept he would lay on top of me, shaking me, or rubbing an elbow or a knee into me. He graduated to choking me, not ever hard enough to make me pass out or, frankly, to leave marks. But it was frightening and dehumanizing. Porter's second wife, Jenny, took to Instagram to post this. Everyone loved him. People commented all the time how lucky I was. Strangers complimented him to me every time we went out. But in my home, the abuse was insidious. The threats were personal. The terror was real. She detailed some of that alleged abuse on the Today Show.
We had been fighting, and Rob followed me to the shower and pulled me out of the shower to continue the rage.
After an incident in 2010, Willoughby filed for an emergency protective order, telling authorities he punched in the glass on the door. I called the police, afraid he would break in. Porter has denied his ex-wife's account, saying, these outrageous allegations are simply false. I took the photos given to the media nearly 15 years ago, and the reality behind them is nowhere close to what's being described. I have been transparent and truthful about these vile claims, but I will not further engage publicly with a coordinated smear campaign. Both women say they told the FBI about Porter's alleged abuse last January during his White House security clearance background check. His second wife, Jenny, told the Washington Post,
I told them all of the details of my marriage, including verbal and emotional abuse.
According to multiple sources, senior members of Trump's administration have known for months that there were personal issues surrounding Porter. One of those senior members, Chief of Staff John Kelly.
I like General Kelly. I've got a lot of confidence in him, but he'll have to explain to the president what he knew when he knew it, and the president will have to make a decision how important that is in terms of keeping General Kelly where he's at.
Tonight, sources tell ABC News that within the past 24 hours, Kelly told the president he would be willing to resign. And also tonight, another White House staffer, this time speechwriter David Sorensen, resigning over allegations of domestic abuse. He has denied those allegations, saying that he has never committed violence of any kind against any woman and that he was the victim of domestic violence in his marriage.
So this is not something that's going to go away, and there's a lot that we can do today to at least try to use the resources and the power that we have to say enough is enough, and we can change the culture.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.